You know, if only it would rain more, but all I see is the thunder clouds. Unless, of course, if it was snowing with thunder, with a combination of lightning and snow with a snowy blizzard like this, it is perfect! But it's not perfect because it doesn't want to be perfect. And why? Because it doesn't want to be perfect? Well, because we are going to go start punching and fighting crime in the face because this is Arkham to Win Days. Hi there, viewers. I am Leo Wolverine, your game commentator and founding member of Leo's Let's Plays Alliance. So, as I'm going to conclude the final topic story of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, as I'm going to continue to pick up from where I left off. So, where was I? Oh, yes. Now I remember. It's about a face-off with the Dark Knight and the Man of Steel. The Man of Steel versus the Bat of Gotham, as I remember. Because it will be the ultimate showdown. Who is going to win? Will it be a tie? Will it be a two men enter, one man leaves thing? I don't know, but we're about to find out. And so, as you can see, Lex Luthor is seeing that the Bat of Gotham is ready to bring on the Man of Steel. So this means he's ready for anything. So yep, he's ready for anything, and he's wearing this new high-tech armor that will give him the best protection that he could ask for, and modified by himself or for himself with thanks to Alfred's help. And now he's not going to get killed. If like that'll ever happen. So yeah, right. So now that he's going to get ready, and Lex Luthor that sees Lois Lane, of course, because she was kind of caught, and she finally sees someone who she recognized, and it was none other than that Russian guy from what you saw earlier back on the early movie of BVS, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Yeah, that guy. And so, and guess what? He actually catches Lois Lane for eavesdropping. And now that she's brought to Lex Luthor, and she tells him about the same thing from what Michael Keaton tells to the Joker, and he says, "You're psychotic." Yeah, you're psychotic thing. So yeah, I mean, and all this is to try to get the Bat and the Man of Steel. Is, you know, the pretty boy Scout, he is. And now he's going to show up any minute, so just pushes Lois Lane off the building, and Superman dives in to save Lois Lane, he saved the day, so hooray! Superman saved the day, and that is questionably good. So yeah! But the day or the night is not over yet for the Man of Steel, for he's got a really good question of how to stop Lex Luthor, and he knows it was him or things are going to happen. And he says, "Look who just came dragged in. Oh, what a cold night in the morning," or something. And Superman says, I'll take you in without breaking you. which is more than you deserve. And yeah, he's gonna take him in. Of course, how Lex Luthor finds out that Superman is Clark Kent, I'll never know, because I'm guessing the director decided, since he's kind of running out of material of some sort, he decided, like, okay, we'll throw in Zack Snyder might have decided and says, okay, we'll throw in the dialogue that Lex Luthor knows who Superman is, and he say it's Clark Joseph Kent. So, yay! Okay, let's go with that. So, yes, it works, but sort of. I'm guessing it was too soon. Maybe. I don't know, because I'm not the person who goes to the library. Thank you, Zack Snyder. You know how to somewhat rush the plot a little bit. But what's done is done. And it works! And so for now that Superman knows that Lex Luthor knows his secret identity, he kind of gives out this the biblical gestures of Bibles and, about God versus man, about the power of God, and so he says, if God's all powerful, he cannot be good. He cannot be that good. And if he is all good, then he cannot be all powerful. Which he kind of, I don't know. Even though he's kind of proving himself a point, which I'm not sure if I agree with this or not. I mean, to each their own opinion or somewhat, and so on and so forth. And yeah, you can tell about a little bit about the Holy Bible references that Lex Luthor gives out, because you can tell that the son of Krypton is not from Earth, because he is an immigrant who came from Earth, because he was never born on Earth. He was raised on Earth, but raised as a human being like one of our own. Remind you of anyone who came to be born on Bethlehem and raised in Nazareth? Anything? And has it going from a flight to Egypt? Sound anything familiar? Open. I do. And so, she said every boy needs to have a special woman in their life. And Superman said, she's safe. She's safe on the ground. How about you? And Lex Luthor says, certainly, he says, but I am not talking about Lois. No, he's not talking about Lois. He was not talking about Lois. He was talking about his mommy. Yep, his mommy. That would be Martha Kent. Yes, who is tied up in a warehouse. And then he said about burning the witch, as in death by fire, which absolutely gave a Joan of Arc reference Easter egg. Yep, the Joan of Arc reference. And then when Joan of Arc was being burned at the stake, and one of them says, "Oh my God, we killed a saint!" And guess what? He was right. So this is a Joan of Arc reference thing. And Clark, or should I say Superman, was very shocked. He started to falling down, and then he got so angry, he wants to put out his heat vision right in front of Lex Luthor, and he says, "Where is she?" And Lex Luthor says, "I don't know. They will not let to tell me. If you kill me, Martha dies. But if you try to fly away, Martha also dies. But if you kill the bat and bring his head to me, Martha lives." And then he finally powers down his heat beams in his eyes. And now Lex Luthor says, "And now God now bends to my will." Yeah, he gives out more of these references of the Bible. I mean, I don't know why he's so obsessed with it, because doesn't he ever let go about the situation thing? Can't he ever understand that Superman tries to save citizens around the world, including the city of Metropolis itself, but Lex Luthor thinks he's kind of a fraud, which he doesn't want to do for what's going on, and things so on and so on and so forth. And Lex Luthor says, well, usually we had an hour just about talking. And he says, now it's less. And now, how is he? I got an idea. So, now that Bruce Wayne is ready, of course, now Superman is going to have to take out Batman's life or ask for Batman's help. And he says, I got no choice. Either I ask him for help or I kill him. And Superman says, no one stays good in this world anymore. No one. And then he flies off and tells Lois Lane about this, from when he says no one stays good. And so, yeah, or he dies. I mean, so he's got like less than an hour. So he reaches then he reaches the Batman. Of course, Superman knows who Batman's secret identity is. So, yeah, and he knows who Batman is, and it's none other than Bruce Wayne. And he says, well, here I am. And yes, and Superman says, Bruce, I was wrong. You have to listen to me. And then Batman turns on the sonic sirens about, I'm guessing since he has supersonic hearing, he also destroyed the devices, and Superman destroyed it, and he says, you don't understand. And Bruce Wayne says, I understand. And then Superman kind of pushes him, and then the machine gun starts firing, and all that. And now, it's a hustle-tussle, little razzle-dazzle, or should I say. Let's get ready to rumble! So, we have... Alright, step right up, folks. It's the fight of the century. Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. Who's gonna win? Batman is the Bat of Gotham. Superman is the Man of Steel. Get your one-night ticket only. For one night only. It's the fight of the century, folks. Yes, sir. We're selling tickets. Okay, so now he's going to... Now that Superman has the upper hand, and now Batman's trying to take him down, and now he's being shot upon inside the building, and now he's being tossed and turned around, and then he goes up on the roof, and Superman says, "Stay down! If I wanted you dead, I would have done it by now." And then Batman pulls out a gas grenade, and then tosses it to Superman, disappears like a ninja, and then goes vanishing like ninja vanish, doing ninpo. And finally, he fires a grenade launcher right in front of Superman, Superman catches in front of the head, and billows of smoke of kryptonite blows out, and he is now coughing, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what a fight of the century! Except the Batmobile flying upside down, which does not work on fighting gravity. Laws of nature don't apply, folks. Only Superman does. So now that things are going so swell and so smooth, it's going to be one heck of a battle. Now that Superman is vulnerable to the kryptonite gas, Batman gives a flurry of punches. 1, 2, right hook, left hook, right cross, right jab, kick, 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 front kick, left kick, right kick, circle kick, high kick, low kick, does martial arts and all that kind of stuff, ladies and gentlemen, folks. And it's going wild. And now, and Batman says, "You're not brave. Men are brave." And now that things are going to a little razzle-dazzle, it's a huge time. I'm going to try to channel my RJ, Rick Jenner, who is the game show host of the Buffalo Sabres, who's a commentator on MSGWNY, home of the Buffalo Sabres. So, now we're going 11 and a half minutes to go, and now that Batman is going to go and trying to pick up the pace, gives a bunch of flurries, and Superman tries to toss him up, and now the armor, and then he's taking some damage, and Batman's not going to give up, and now he's going to take down Superman once and for all, and so he tries to give punches, but then all of a sudden, the punches are not working because he's starting to feel like iron. Now Superman feel like he's getting the upper hand, and he's now not feeling the effects of the kryptonite gas from the grenade launcher of Batman that's ever had before. And then, whoa, it's a razzle-dazzle for Batman because he's not having a chance against Superman, who is now getting the best of him. Oh my. Talk about razzle-dazzle gives Batman a 1-0 Gotham. And now Superman has taken the second round, and it's a 1-1 tie to tie the game for the matters of life and death. And now Batman is going to try to take out the Superman once and for all, firing another grenade with his grenade launcher, fires in front of them, but Superman catches the punch of Batman's helmet, and now he is kind of knocked down, and Superman is breathing the gas of kryptonite fumes, and things are going to come around about now. Seems Bruce Wayne is down for the count, but not out, and same thing goes for Superman. He is now feeling the effects. Oh my, can he try to get back up again? Things are not going so well for what is going to happen next. So, Bruce Wayne grabs an empty, broken sink and smashing it to pieces on top of Superman's head or face, whichever works. And what a shot it was! It could get a load of good replay. Brought to you by Gotham's Replay Slow Motion and Metropolis's Licorice Candy. I'm making this up for just trust me how this works, okay? I'm making this up as I go about. Who is brought to you by stuff thing. So, yay! And now we're about to get closer to the end of the end game. And now Batman is finally saying his last words. And then telling this to Superman. And all this. And now, and he says, you're not even a hero. You're not even a man. And Superman finally says, "You're letting him kill Martha!" And Bruce Wayne said, "What?" Just, "We must save Martha!" And yeah, the Martha meme. You know how, the name Martha is now a meme. He finally remembers about the words Martha. Martha is his mom, and says, "Why did you say that name? Why did you say that name?" And then Lois Lane comes out of nowhere, and she says, it's his mother's name. It's his mother's name. And now he finally tosses the spear out of anger and anguish, and he says, And he tells Bruce Wayne he has to go save her, and Batman says, "I'll make a promise. Martha doesn't die tonight." And so he promises that he'll save her. And now he's going to go after Lex Luthor. And you've seen this. And now you get to see the final action that goes on. Finally, Batman now goes trying to save Martha. He tries to take down a gang of villains and try to out of Lex Luthor's henchmen inside a warehouse. Even though that things may go wrong, it won't stop the Batman. Not even a jab knife that's his thick armor that is non-penetrable, and it's bulletproof. That will not stop him. He jabs the knife back into one of the henchmen, but doesn't kill or tries to take them out one by one. He also tries to stop the guy who's the Russian that carries a flamethrower, and then in seconds or mere moments, and he says, "I believe you." Because he was about to say, because he says he will kill her, and guess what? An explosion, and he saved her! What a way to save Martha, folks! Batman wins it back at home in overtime! Yeah. Oh, Batman has done it again! To save Martha Kent, and Superman is going to win this in a shootout against Lex Luthor, or should I say, Doomsday. Somewhat of a worst RJ impersonator I am, but I'm making it my own. And so you can see the battle takes place outside into Metropolis, but the only weapon that could kill that monster of Doom, that General Zod, who is now Doomsday, the only weapon to kill is a kryptonite spear. So he has to go back to Gotham, and then you see Wonder Woman, Diana Prince, seeing all these videos of who in the world are they. The heroes of the metahumans, the Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, the awesome music of Hans Zimmer, and that keeps on going. And now that he is able, now that she kind of discovers and finds it very shocking about the email, it's about a picture saying, this was not you, because it is you. And the email says, "Who are you anyways?" And so yeah, it's Wonder Woman. So until that time, and then you see Doomsday taking out all the areas around parts of buildings around Metropolis. Now that Batman is Batman tries to bait Doomsday to following him, takes him back to Gotham City, and now that Gotham is under the hands of this Doomsday monster, he has to kill it with the kryptonite spear. So the only way to stop the monster is to have this two specialized superpowered beings. Here comes Wonder Woman. Of course, you know, Batman's Batplane got shot down thanks to Doomsday, which is General Zod, and things are about to get ugly. And now Wonder Woman finally shows up, having sword and shield with the power bracelets ready. And now she did say she killed killed other monsters in other worlds, and Superman finally shows up with an explosions like Michael Bay, and things are about to get really super. Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman team up. However, the battle with Batman versus Superman lasted like around 20 minutes, but it was cool. I mean, it wasn't a total loss. And so now that things are about to get uglier, that Doomsday was about to unleash specialized fury. And of course, he was taken out during the Earth's atmosphere with a nuclear missile. And however, even though he got hit, one of the people you see who was, from the generals from the Man of Steel, who now works with the top secret service of the US of A, and he says, this thing is unkillable. The only way that can kill it is a kryptonite weapon, and that, my friends, is a kryptonite spear. And so, with the kryptonite spear back in Gotham, now that they're in the city of Gotham, of course you can see Doomsday going like a huge destruction explosion. So he's kind of like think of it as Super Saiyan 1, so he's like, he's like Broly, only he's uncontrollable. So he's kind of like Broly. Super Saiyan 1 is Doomsday without the hair. Who looks like the ugly duckling, which is only a face that a mother could ever love. And so, yes, and now things are going to go really bad. This place would go from Hades in a hay basket, and finding the kryptonite spear is the top priority. So, more dodging and weaving. Wonder Woman and Superman do their best to take the monster down. And so Lois Lane was kind of see something shiny object. Of course, she has to go to a helicopter and land somewhere in a place that was kind of being destroyed. She finds the kryptonite spear, tries to swim up aboard, but you should know that the way out is blocked, and she's going to suffocate in minutes if she doesn't get out, or else she's going to run out of air. And then you hear Superman can hear Lois Lane drowning in the water. And what does he do? It's as simple. He has to go to get the kryptonite weapon and save Lois at the same time. So, gets the rocks out, saves Lois, gets the kryptonite spear, and then he finally tries to get out, but he's struggling because the spear is kryptonite. And Superman is going to do the one thing that he has to do. He has to give up his life, so he's going to do like that Superman Doomsday movie by giving up his life. And he says, this monster's from my world. You are my world and everything in it. Yeah, Superman, Lois is his world, because without Lois, he would be like nothing. He would be like dead on the inside. So that would be like Mr. Freeze. Yeah. So, now that Superman is ready to go using the kryptonite spear, Lois wants him back. He says, "No, Clark, no!" And then he finally goes real fast. One last effort to stop Doomsday. And then finally, he thrusts the spear so fast and so hard, it jabs him right in the chest. And guess what? Right in the heart. But it has to go all the way through. And Doomsday stabs Superman up front, up close, and gives out this great yell. And you hear this music of Hans Zimmer that goes in about the trouble of the Man of Steel. And guess what? He has to push it all the way forward. And finally, with the kryptonite spear thrust and open, Doomsday is finally defeated and is now dead. And so is the Man of Steel. The battle against Doomsday, the battle for Metropolis and Gotham, and the entire planet is finally over. And now the whole world is in a state of mourning. They bringing Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, bringing in Superman's lifeless body and putting him into a grave and honoring him for what he has fought for. To fight for the stand of honor, love, truth, and justice. And now the next day you hear the sounding of cannons go off and instruments playing and the bagpipes playing Amazing Grace. And you can tell that Lois Lane was going to get married with Clark Kent, who wants to have an everlasting relationship. Hopefully that one day that he would like to see Clark Kent again soon enough. But Batman, or should I say Bruce Wayne, is not done, because he knows this battle is just the beginning. He wants to find and arrange a group of superheroes to work for his cause, to join his side for his dawn of justice, along with the fallen Superman. And now that and Batman says, Bruce Wayne says, we fight, we kill, we destroy, we rebuild. I know we can do better. He's coming after us. And then, the specialized gravestone, and then you see all the people of Metropolis, those who come to honor the fallen superhero Superman, and says, for those you come to his grave, look around you. All in a mourning and a vigil of sadness, but there will always be hope. And now, as you can see, getting near the end of the movie, and you can imagine, you can see the bits of dirt was flying upwards, and then the movie cuts off, and that is the end of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. And that is the end of the movie itself. And thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And tell me, what do you guys think of BVS, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice? Whether it's loved or hated by viewers, but the movie is dark. Whether it's PG-13 or an R-rated film, it is very dark. But it does some cool aspect of the elements of the movie. The R-rated movie of BVS is super dark, because not only what I told you about the basic details, but also has the stupid F-bombs. Because the director's cut is, I wouldn't, it's not going to work for me. It never has, never will. And I'm guessing you guys, may say, okay, may watch this movie a bit. No, I'm not going to watch this movie. No way, I'll just stick with the theatrical version. Yeah, the theatrical version is better for me, yo. So yeah, yo. And that is everything. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Once again, like this video or share this video if you guys love BVS or Arkham Twin Days. So I believe this is the end, and we're going to talk about the last topic, and that would be Justice League, okay? So, Justice League. So, for anyways, this is Leo Wolverine saying and speaking as always as your sensational special being who takes chances, makes mistakes, and get messy in Leo's Let's Plays Alliance. Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember, the Dark Knight is always watching you, and so am I. See you guys next time for more of Arkham to Wednesday.